Let's be real. You glued to your phone all day, scrolling TikTok, watching Instagram, or on YouTube. And on these social media apps, you probably see a lot of over sexualized content. Maybe it's the IG models, the TikTok thirst traps, or even the YouTube twerk compilations. The sad part is, it's stopping you from being the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. So today, I'm gonna be talking about 10 ways to actually desexualize your brain. Now, most people they ignore number 10 and get caught jerking off in public bathrooms. So make sure you watch to the end. Point number one: social media is fueling your urges. A lot of this content on social media is over sexualized. I know it, you know it, the world knows it, okay? We got to get to a place where we can filter that stuff out. And a lot of it starts with us watching these, these quote unquote videos that are entertaining, but these videos show a lot of provocative, naughty things that we know we shouldn't be watching, you know? So, how do we kind of go ahead and filter this stuff out? We're going to talk about that a bit more in the video, but it starts with actually creating your algorithm. You can't be sitting here watching all of these TikTok thirst traps, these IG models, these story compilations, these 20v1s. Some things are good, but you know what I'm talking about. The type of content that's just over sexualized, over the fucking top, right? Even in movies, not just social media, even in movies, you know? So we got to get to a place where we're not like watching that no more. On Instagram, you could hold it and press not interested. You can do not interested. On TikTok, you could, I think, also do the same or just scroll past it. Every time you spend more time watching those type of things, the algorithm is going to feed you more of it because it sees, hey, this is keeping them on our app longer so we can make more money off of them. So we're going to keep showing them the big booty girls, the big titty bitches, the women with the fat body. Well, not fat body. Okay, I might just get canceled. You know what I'm trying to say. you know what I'm trying to say. Jesus Christ. So whenever you keep spending more time watching these types of things, the algorithm is going to feed you more of it and it's going to keep you on that app longer. Right? That's probably why you're seeing so much of it. Especially if you've watched a lot of it in the past. If you're on an account that's, you probably searched up some things, that search bar is probably crazy. You know, I remember I was on my TikTok and it says like the recently like looked up trending. It was like curvy Latinas in pajamas. I said, that's what people looking up. Like y'all had to change my whole algorithm because I've been there. I've been that person. You feel me, on TikTok, Instagram, looking for that type of content because I was so damn horny. But now I've changed. You feel me? Me a year ago versus me right now. Whew, me a year ago, man. I'm telling you, my head was not where it's at right now. That's why I'm trying to help y'all with it. All right. So that leads me to point number 2. Understand why corn is rewiring your brain. Whenever you watch corn, not even just corn, whenever you watch those, well, really it is corn, it's soft corn, but whenever you watch naughty content, think about what it's doing to your brain. Whenever you watch a piece of content, you're spiking dopamine. And when you consistently spike that dopamine, that turns into a negative habit. That's why it's so hard to probably break it for you. That's why your brain is so over sexualized and you keep on objectifying women, looking at them as pieces of meat, going out and like, okay, how many girls can I get today? How many girls can I fuck today? How many girls can I get back to my crib? Or, oh man, how many videos can I watch? And you know what you do, bro. You know what you do. Understand that this isn't okay. Like, you shouldn't be in a state of mind where you're always over sexualizing things, always trying to sexualize something, always looking at something and thinking, oh man, like, those things on Instagram where they try to pop up like some type of image, but the thumbnail looks like it's like, oh, what the hell is that? But it looks like something naughty, something very provocative, something that's, 18 and up. You feel me? And you click it and it's not that. They do that on purpose because they know that over sexualizing things will bring in more views. It attracts eyeballs. Sadly, y'all, sex sells. But it's important to not be a consumer of all that. It's important to really guard your mind. You have to really guard this, what you have up here, because it's so vital. Because this If you don't guard this, it will be influenced, and you will be influenced to make bad decisions. I'm trying to tell y'all, very bad decisions. I always talk about it, man. I almost got shot thinking with my dick, man. I'm gonna keep saying this in every one of these type of videos because I need y'all to understand how crazy that is. I almost got killed. You feel me? Actually, I haven't even talked about this, but I'm about to actually do a story time on it. I almost got into a relationship with a murderer. With a murderer. Thinking with my dick. I need y'all to lock in. All right, I need y'all to truly lock in. All right. So, how you understand? How this corn is rewiring your brain. It's keep spiking dopamine. Now it's hard for you to break the habit. That leads me to point number three. Right. So, point number three. What is it actually costing you? Man, we talked about this last video, but I want to emphasize this a little bit today. This is costing you your future, man. It's costing you what you know could be yours. And what could that be? Money. You're leaving so much money on the table when you allow yourself to not focus on working on that business, working on that passion. Maybe it's that content you were supposed to work on. Maybe it was some emails you had to write, videos you had to edit, whatever it is that you may be doing. Maybe you're a reseller, whatever the case may be. You could have been dedicating more time toward that to get you more money, but instead you didn't. You dedicated that time toward watching some corn and getting those rocks off, or maybe dealing with a woman who was just distracting you, but you was so infatuated, you was so in the mood and so horny to get your rocks off, so you're going ahead and you're pursuing and chasing women. And maybe you even got the ass. Maybe you even got the ass. But what did it cost you? All that time, your peace. You're not focused anymore. Now you're thinking about, oh man, I gotta get some more ass. Gotta get some more ass. gotta add another one to the roster. Gotta. Come on, man. What do you think about it? Watching all that corn. Like, really think about it, man. This is costing you a lot. Time is something you can't get back. Okay, you can get money back. You can get another woman. There's always going to be another chance for you to go ahead and indulge in some sex. But you can't get that time back. You can bust another nut. Hopefully, unless you got something going on down there. But you can't get time back. That is one thing I know for a fact that you cannot get back. 5 seconds ago, I can't get that back. I can't. All those moments I probably fucked up, the time I wasted watching all that corn, chasing women, getting ass, successfully actually doing it. But all that time I wasted doing it, I can't get that back. I can't get it back. So now, what do? We have to focus on what we can do now to prevent ourselves from being distracted by lust. Stop letting your dick control you, man. You gotta control your dick, man. Look at that dragonfly. Get in the camera, man. Fuck him. He ain't wanna fuck with me today, but it's cool though. He gonna come back another day. Y'all can get to see him. That's my boy. We be chopping it up. Okay, I'm tripping. I'm talking about chopping it up with Buzz like I'm Shino off of Naruto. Okay, look. What I'm trying to tell you though is, man, you just gotta understand what this lust is really doing to you. And that leads me to my next point. You know what it's costing you. Now, point number 4. The real reason you can't stop. There's a real reason you can't stop. And I've said it a few times. Let's see if you can guess it. 3, 2, 1. Let me know in the comments down below if you guessed it. Purpose. You lack purpose. You're lacking purpose, and you're just not purposeful. You're not intentional. What purpose are you fulfilling? For me, it's content creation, man. My purpose is to truly I strive to influence individuals to chase their dreams, right? And become better versions of themselves. And the way I'm doing that, I'm going to help you overcome this lust, because it's something that's held me back for so long in my life. And I want to talk about it because I was so, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to let people know what's going on. That's something I'm kind of insecure about, but I just let it out, man. I've told you my story. You know my situation with lust. If you've been watching my channel and been keeping up with me, you know what I've been going through. I almost got shot. I couldn't get hard one time for this girl. You feel me? Watching all of this shit at a young age. Like, y'all, I'm going to be real. If I would have continued down that path, I'd probably be dead right now. Seriously. So it's just important to understand that, like, you got to want better. You have to want better. And that comes with fulfilling your purpose, man. Getting on your shit. Getting your money on point. Getting your body on point. Get real purposeful, man. You should always strive to become better every single day. 1% better at least. If you get 1% better every single day, that's 365% better you get every year. Think about that. A lot of people, they get worse every day because they keep indulging in these bad habits, these vices, these things that they know doesn't bring them any value. Dealing with these women who disrespect them, dealing with these women who don't even bring them value. But they keep on dealing with them. Why? So they can get those rocks off. You're not going to be one of those people. Why? Because you're a purposeful and intentional man as of today. After you watch this video, you're going to get on your shit. And if you don't, I feel bad for you. Point number 5. Replace that urge with purposeful action. These bugs can get me pissed off. Replace the urge with purposeful action. So, we already talked about, you're lacking a purpose. Let's talk about actually replacing it with purposeful action. How do we actually do it? You keep telling us to do it, but how? Okay, if you're feeling these urges, let's say you wake up in the morning. We all know as guys, man, you wake up, you're stiffy. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling those urges, and sometimes you may have went ahead, got those rocks off, and then went about your day. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot better if you can get past that. It actually get your ass in that shower, wash up, you feel me, brush your teeth, do everything you gotta do, get dressed, and go ahead and tackle your day rather than starting it off by hopping on social media, you feel me, jacking off, because you're wasting time, and that time is precious and can be used for something better. You feel me? So, it's important to use that time to actually do things that will get you closer to where you want to be. Right? So let's take, for example, let's say you're a content creator, and I'm just saying because I'm a content creator. You're a content creator, and you're supposed to shoot some content. You're supposed to go outside and record some videos. You got two types of people. You got the distracted motherfucker, and you got the person who's on their shit. Let's talk about the distracted motherfucker. He wakes up, hops on that phone, scrolling for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes turns into an hour and so on. Oh man, he catches the urge, boom, gets his rocks off. That's another 30 minutes to an hour spent. And then he's sitting there tired, lays down, goes back to sleep for a little bit. That's about another 2 hours wasted. Then he finally gets up, and now the day is damn near gone. It's like, damn. You feel me? And then he tries to go out and tackle, record, and do all the things he needs to do so he can get his content out, and it just isn't where it's supposed to be. Everything's pushed back because his time management was shit. Because he wasn't purposeful and not on his shit. Now let's talk about the person who's actually on their shit and doing the things they're supposed to be doing. He wakes up, he gets the urge, but he's like, nah, gotta get to work. Gets up, gets in the shower, washes his ass, gets dressed, goes out, shoots his content. Boom, he's scripting out more videos. He's scheduling videos. He's ahead. He's actually ahead of schedule. Now he has more time to go ahead and do other things, work on his business. Maybe later he wants to go out. He goes out later. And he comes back. He still has time to do things. Now he's working on other things like maybe music, maybe working on some other pieces of content. He's editing. Like, he's just more locked in. And guess which person is going to get farther? The distracted person is going to get farther and fucking up their lives. That person that's locked in is going to get farther and being a successful, what the hell did I even try to say? A successful individual that they were trying to be. Now, you have a choice. You can either be the distracted person or the locked in person. You say you want to be the locked in person, but you're still acquiring the habits of somebody who's not. So it's time to change that, all right? And that leads me to the next point. So, point number 6. Stop chasing women. Start building yourself. Listen, we all get to a place in life where it's like, okay, women is cool. It's amazing to go ahead and have sex, and get those rocks off. Okay, cool. But then it's like, all right, what's next? So I'm gonna be real with you. I've been there. I'm 19 years old. I can confidently say, man, I've had loads of women, right? Not loads and loads. But I'm saying I've had sex before. I've done things with women. I've had all of these different experiences with women, and there's way more to experience. But I know, like, man, I'm gonna just be real. I'd rather focus on building myself up, because the quality of women you're going to attract once you build yourself up is going to be better. I got tired of hopping on these dating apps and attracting these people who I didn't want, attracting these I'm not even gonna say that because I don't want to be a mean person, but I got tired of not attracting what I wanted. All right, so I had to say, okay, that's kind of funny because you are what you attract, you know, and if you're, a person of great value, of course you're gonna attract that all because everybody wants to, you know, they're attracted to that light, but you have to just be realistic. Okay, I kept on attracting people I didn't want, people who were, unfocused, not really doing anything. They weren't locked in. They had poor time management. They were always going out. They were always doing this bullshit. And even though I wasn't necessarily going out doing that bullshit, I had poor time management. I wasn't focused. I wasn't truly locked in, as I said I was. So I had to dial back and say, all right, it's time for me to be more intentional, more purposeful, get more locked in, get in the gym more. Then I started attracting people who are in the gym. Then I started attracting people who are on their shit, doing great things, pursuing some type of passion or purpose. I started meeting people in real life too, not just on dating apps, but I started attracting those types of people into my life. Because I can't just be around anybody, especially when I'm dealing with a woman, right? With a woman. I can't just be around somebody who smokes, drinks, does all of this bullshit. Oh, I'm outside partying with my friends. Come pick me up. Let's go get drunk. Like, nah, bitch. You go ahead and do what you need to do. Get the fuck on, bro. I don't have time to be doing all that. You're not focused. You see, I'm trying to do this. You're unfocused. I just can't be around you. I'm cool. You're low vibrational. You know it just gets to a certain point where you gotta want better for yourself, man. Start hitting the gym, start reading, journaling, start doing the things you're supposed to be doing. Start leveling up your attire, start taking care of your skin, right? Start doing things for yourself. Stop doing it for the validation of women. Do it for the validation of yourself. Do it for yourself and God. Do it because you want to do it and want to be better as a person. Stop thinking about the woman. Stop thinking about the outcomes. Focus on the input. All right. And that leads me to my next point, man. Point number 7. How do you actually avoid the triggers? It's simple. We already talked about one of the biggest things you could do is have a purpose. But yeah, man, it really starts with just getting the fuck off of the phone. Get off the phone. It really is that damn phone. Like, get off social media. Stop mindlessly scrolling, y'all. Like, put the phone up. Get it out of your room, man. Seriously. You don't always have to be doing that. Start actually doing things in your real life. Go get a life, bro. Real talk. I'm only telling you this because I love you. My brother told me, you know, last year he's like, yo, bro, like, all you do is, you work, cool, but you always in the house watching YouTube. Are those your only hobbies? So I'm like, you're right. So I started, you know, taking on more content. I still watching YouTube here and there, but I start actually going out more. I start exploring the city. I'm trying different things. I picked up. I love to dance too. I love to dance and shit. I love to also make music in my free time. I love to, do short films. Script out short films and direct them. I love to do all types of different content. I love to socialize and talk to people. I love to, be outside socializing with people with high vibrational energy. It's just different things I started to find about myself. I love to put on some nice attire when I go out. A nice up class fit. It's just different things I love to do. And I would have only found that by somebody just telling me, hey, it's more to life than just work and watching YouTube, bro. To just working on a business and watching YouTube. Let's actually start to chase our dreams, but while we chasing our dreams, let's actually enjoy life. And enjoy life doesn't necessarily mean just indulging in these short-term pleasures, but actually exploring the world. Socializing with people, networking, visiting new places, trying new foods. Like, it's the simple things that we look over, and that's why we don't live a fulfilling life. Live your life, man. Actually start doing things, bro. It's okay. You don't have to be in the house all the time just on your phone being me, bro. It's actually start to live your life. Go outside, bro. Point number 8. Don't fear failure. Reset and refocus. Let me tell you something, man. It's okay, man, to fail, right? Maybe you relapse. Maybe you fuck up. Oh, damn, I made a dumb decision. I wasted my time, with this girl. We spent this much time doing this. Okay, it was cool, but damn, I could have been doing it. Look, you had to go through it. Don't sit there and just start to talk shit and down yourself and do all these things. You have to go through it, bro. You're human. Now, you went through it. Now it's time to learn from those mistakes and just do better in the future. Do better now. Shit. Because your now creates the future and defines the past. So focus on now. It's a gift. That's why it's called the present. I'm gonna keep saying that to y'all, man. Y'all have to focus on being present in the moment. Focus on what you can do now. You can't focus on what happened years ago. You can't focus on what's about to happen 2 years from now. You can only focus on now because your now pretty much creates your future and defines your past. So, how are you going to go about this? What are you going to do now to better yourself? Get yourself in a better situation. That's only up to you. I can give you all the advice in the world. I can tell you, hey, you need to go to the gym, bro. Get your skincare routine. Read, journal. Do all these different things. Find your passions. Stop watching corn. I can tell you to do all these things, but bro, it's up to you to take action. I can only be the person to tell you and hope it don't go out the other ear. You got to be the person that lets it goes into your brain and actually take action upon it. And that leads me to point number 9. The power of a dopamine detox. What is a dopamine detox? This is when you go a period of time without social media, without, just on your phone, without being overstimulated by TV. You're pretty much just avoiding all of those things and just actually focusing on being present in the moment. I would say go 30 days. 30 days. Hey, go a month without just social media. You scrolling on your phone. Of course, if you do work, you do content, you need to do that. But go without scrolling. Go without watching all that content. Replace that time with reading a book. Maybe going out, pursuing some type of hobby, passion. Maybe you want to box more, kickboxing. Maybe you want to dance more. You want to take back your power. Now, don't get it wrong. It's okay to enjoy a good show on Netflix, maybe, or a good, movie or whatnot. But you don't want to have that just be the pinnacle of your life. You actually want to be doing things outside of that. If those pieces of content are more interesting than what's happening in your life right now, if that's like the highlight of your life, we have a problem. Your life needs to be more interesting than what's going on these movies. This content and all of this shit. It needs to be more interesting. Now, I'm not saying it has to be Mr. Beast. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying this shit shouldn't run your life. Actually, get out in the world and experience things, right? Because your experiences are always going to be different because you are a different person. Nobody else is like you unless you're trying to imitate someone else. Be yourself, right? So just go ahead and indulge in a dopamine detox. Detox your mind from lust, watching all this content. Actually read, journal, go to the gym and just get on your shit, man. I'm telling you, after that detox, man, you're gonna feel like a new person. And that leads me to point number 10, man. Point number 10, focus inward, not outward. Usually when we're trying to, do things, we like to focus on, okay, well, what can I do, outside of myself? What else can I? No, 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 no. You keep on trying to what? Focus on all of these external things. Oh, maybe I gotta buy this, buy these clothes, do this. Like, no, 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 no. You need to focus on the inside. So what do I mean? Because I know you're probably confused a little bit. The 4 best habits you could possibly have, in my opinion, are going to the gym, reading, journaling, and meditating. Those are things that, it's pretty much building your inside. It's building that internal character. Going to the gym, like I said before, builds discipline, mental strength. You know what I'm saying? Forces you to do hard things. Reading, you read more, you can articulate better. Journaling, put your thoughts on the paper, more clarity. Meditating, also great for clarity, right? So you can go ahead and be present in a moment. Great for being present in a moment. Things like that, little things like that. You work on those every day, I'm telling y'all, you will be a hell of a lot farther than a lot of people in this world. I'm trying to tell you, right? And those are just 4 little habits you can do. 4 little habits. It don't have to be, I can do each of these for 1 hour a day. No, it could be as little as 15 to 30 minutes a day, man. Seriously. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't see the problem with therapy. Get those, traumas from your past healed, man. Every one of us has some type of trauma. Childhood trauma, something that happened to us. Maybe we're feeling insecure about something because of something that somebody said back in our past. Something that happened, whatever the case may be. Maybe some shit happened to you as a child. Get that shit situated. You don't want to be a person that's walking through this world unhealed, who's just not trying to get better. You're walking through this world, you got some shit that happened to you, you're not trying to work on it. you're heartbroken, you still you don't trust nobody. Like, get your shit situated. Seriously, man. It'll help you out in the future, and it's gonna help you out in the long run when you truly meet your one. But if you're someone struggling with corn, or maybe you're chasing women, go ahead and join my school community so you can build real confidence and attract high value women. All right, it's the first thing in the description down below. And as always, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch one of these videos on screen, or maybe it's here, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.